please hit that subscribe button.
Hey everybody.
Better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody. So today I want to talk about the Florida Panthers, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why Florida will make the playoffs this season and one big reason that they won't. Before we start the video, I just quickly want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button if you are new. That really helps to grow the channel and is very, very much appreciated. I've got a lot of great hockey content coming your way here over the next few months. And if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Those likes really help out a lot and are very much appreciated. So the Florida Panthers currently sit 2 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs for the 3rd spot in the Atlantic Division and likely the final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Florida is 32, 24, and 6 on the season for 70 points, right there within distance of catching Toronto. So let's talk about why they will make the playoffs this year. Reason number 1, offense. Offense. The Florida Panthers this season are 4th in the league in goals for, with 214 goals already this season. They've got a ton of players lighting up the scoreboard. They're a high-octane offensive team. They score almost 3.5 goals per game. So offense is really the reason that this team is winning. They've had a dynamic offense all season long. It's not slowing down. They score a ton of goals. And that's, if they do make the playoffs, is going to be a huge reason why. It's because they are outscoring opponents, and that's a huge thing for them because they're not that great defensively. So the fact that they score so much will be the number 1 reason why they make the postseason this year. They've just outscored opponents and been able to put the puck in the net at an extremely high rate, near the top of the league in goal scoring. Reason number 2, coaching. The Florida Panthers are coached by legendary coach Joel Quenneville, who has won 3 Stanley Cups in the past decade with the Chicago Blackhawks in 2010, 2013, and 2015. He's got a ton of postseason experience. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, and there's absolutely no argument to that. He is definitely a legendary NHL coach. A ton of experience, a ton of playoff experience, a proven winner. And he's the guy, if you're a team looking to take that next step and go from just being a bubble team to being a contending team, or going from a non-playoff team like the Panthers to a playoff team, which they hope to be this year, you want a guy like Joel Quenneville behind the bench. He's had so much success in his career. There's no reason to think that he won't have success again here with the Florida Panthers. They've got a talented roster, as we just talked about, with their offense. They've got a really good group here of talented players that obviously can put up a lot of points and certainly are capable of making the postseason. And they've got a great coach behind the bench. So coaching, because Joel Quenneville is such a legend and has had so much success in his career, is the number 2 reason that Florida will make the playoffs this year. Reason number 3. Toronto is leaving the door open. The Toronto Maple Leafs have had a pretty disappointing season all year this year, but recently they have really, really been struggling. Obviously, huge joke of the league has been that they lost to a Zamboni driver when they lost to Carolina last week. Toronto is just flat out struggling right now, and they are leaving the door open for Florida to come in and take that last playoff spot. Toronto, even though Florida has gone through stretches this season where they haven't played all that well, they haven't been able to pull away and take, secure that last playoff spot. And Toronto nothing is secure for them at this point. They didn't really do anything at the trade deadline. So it doesn't look like they're going to be, significantly improved the last month or so of the season. They didn't really change anything. So this is the Toronto team that we have. They are leaving the door open for Florida to come in and take that spot. Florida's only 2 points back now, And, one of those teams is going to make it and one of those teams isn't. It's going to come down to Florida and Toronto for that number 3 spot. Forget about Montreal. Forget about Buffalo. Those teams are too far back. That last playoff spot is coming down to either the Florida Panthers or the Toronto Maple Leafs. And Toronto seems to almost be going the wrong way at this point. At this point in the season, Toronto seems to be getting a little bit worse and struggling a little bit more. That is leaving the opportunity there for the Florida Panthers to come in and take that spot. So number 3 reason, Toronto has left that door open and given that opportunity to the Panthers to come from outside of the playoffs and into a playoff spot in the last month or so of this season. And it's up to Florida now to take advantage of that and take that opportunity and win the games that they need to win to get into the playoffs. So now that we've talked about the 3 reasons why they will make the playoffs, I'm going to talk about the one big reason that they won't, and that reason is 2 words: goals against. Florida is one of the worst defensive teams in the NHL. They give up way too many goals. They have given up the 3rd most goals in the NHL this year with 209 already. Their goals against is absolutely horrible. The puck, as much as they score, the puck is always in their net. And it's really hard to win games and really hard to win playoff games, especially with that kind of lackluster defense. And it's been an issue for Florida all season long. They didn't address it at the trade deadline. They did not add any NHL defensemen to that roster. So it's not going to change. It's not going to change. They haven't done anything to make that better. Their goals against has been horrible. And on top of that, Sergei Bobrovsky, and this certainly is contributing to that goals against. I'm just going to flat out say it, guys. For the money that they spent on Sergei Bobrovsky, he's been terrible. Not okay, not slightly bad. Sergei Bobrovsky has been horrible for the 2nd highest paid goaltender in the league. This is a guy you give a long-term contract at $10 million a year to, and he doesn't even have a save percentage over 900. His save percentage is .898 this year. Most backup goalies have a better save percentage than what Sergei Bobrovsky has this year. His goals against is well over 3. It's almost a 3.5 for Christ's sake. 3.29 goals against per game for Bobrovsky. Is this guy worth $10 million a season? Not playing like this. He's been absolutely horrible for the contract that they gave him this season. And it's going to be a huge reason why this season's going to be an epic failure for Florida if they don't make the playoffs. And Bobrovsky in the defense and goals against as a whole are the reason why they might not make the playoffs. Yeah, he's got 22 wins. Save percentage isn't even 900. He's not even stopping 90% of the shots against him. This is a guy you're paying to be a top 3 goaltender in the league. You are paying him to be a Vezina-level goaltender, an elite NHL goaltender, and he has worse numbers than most backups in the league. Can't even stop 90% of the shots against. Goals against well over 3. Are you kidding me, Bobrovsky? He's been awful this year. And that's going to sink Florida. That is going to sink Florida in the long run if they cannot get better play out of Sergei Bobrovsky. And they just signed him to this massive, massive contract. That's going to kill them down the stretch if they can't get better goaltending out of Sergei Bobrovsky. Their team defense and goals against is horrid. As great as their offense is, that's how bad their defense is. And if they don't make the playoffs, that is going to be why. One reason and one reason only: goals against. They give up way too many goals, and you can't win like that in the NHL. And you certainly won't win in the playoffs. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 reasons why Florida will make the playoffs and the one very big reason that they won't. Obviously, the three reasons why are their offense, their coaching with Joel Quenneville, and Toronto's struggles are leaving the door open. But the big reason that they won't, goals against, they are one of the worst defensive teams in the league, giving up way too many goals. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description below. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.